Hey everybody, how's it going? It's been a long time since I've done a video on Jeremy DeWitte. We all know the serial cop impersonator. He impersonates law enforcement. He's done it multiple times. He has some crazy and outrageous videos out there. And recently, as of November 29th, 2022, he was arrested again, and yeah, so he's back in custody. He's back in front of the court because he violated his probation, I do believe it was. And yeah, so he's 42. He's not much younger than I am, actually. And I gotta say, this guy is a train wreck. That's just my personal opinion. He's a train wreck. If you just see everything about him, let's go ahead and see what this video.
You may remember Jeremy DeWitte. He's a convicted sex offender who was released from prison in September for impersonating an officer in Orange County.
Well, how does it feel to be going back to prison?
I'm not going back to prison, not today. Not for a technical violation.
Sure.
Yeah, you should. And you should probably go in for many, many years. If not, I would say 20 years. That would be a good number. I mean, he's a serial police impersonator. He thinks he's a cop. He dresses the part. He claims it's because he's doing funeral escort services. I personally don't know what funeral home would hire this clown and have him out there yelling at, motorists and pull over. You're not a cop. Yeah, maybe somebody accidentally pulled into the funeral lane, procession or whatever. But does that warrant you beating on their hood and yelling at them and blaring your siren, which you're not supposed to use, and acting as if you're a cop? You're not a cop.
Sheriff Marcos Lopez arrested DeWitte for violating probation after serving time for impersonating an officer. According to court records, he failed to take down his YouTube channel.
Jeremy, it looks pretty easy to delete an account. Why can't you just follow the law?
Well, because somebody hacked that account, changed the username, you changed the passwords.
He claims he tried to delete it.
Whoa. Hold on here. As a former IT guy and somebody I think I have a brain and would like to look at this and say, okay, accounts do get hacked, but why would they hack an account and leave it up? This is his account as of January 16th, 2023. It's still up. Yeah, there's no new video, because if he posts a new video, you obviously point to that, but it's been a year since his last videos, and it's still up. When somebody hacks an account, they don't just keep it up. They are usually doing a scam. Usually there's one right now. If you download some software, they take over your YouTube, it will change this to like Tesla and have a weird logo and change a bunch of stuff, put all these as private, and basically have a crypto video of Elon Musk. I don't get the idea behind that hacking necessarily, but the people that happen to, it's a big deal. It interrupts the YouTube channel until you get a hold of YouTube and get that corrected, and they do correct it, but it's a hassle. It'd take a week or two. Just had a buddy that went through that with his channel of like 20,000 subscribers. So yeah, and then that's when I learned more about that. So usually when somebody's hacking something, they're doing it for a reason. Like if somebody was anti Jeremy DeWitte, for example, and they were to hack this, they'd probably post up videos other than what's here. They'd probably post anti videos of him or make fun of him or something. They would do something. They wouldn't just hack the account and just leave it there, and then him saying, oh, my account was hacked, I can't do anything about it. Well, have you tried reaching out? Did your lawyer reach out to YouTube in a legal letter saying, please take down this account, it's been hacked, blah blah blah? YouTube would then probably take this down. If he wants another method, if it was truly hacked, what he would do is Google this or YouTube this, watch content creators talk about how their accounts are hacked and how they've gotten them back. And one way is to go on Twitter, even if you make a new account, tag Team YouTube, and they will get back to you right away. I had an issue actually just not that long ago, and I tagged Team YouTube, and they got back to me quicker than I thought, quicker than I log into Twitter. Typically, I don't go there often. And I was like surprised, like, wow, I have a notification from them. So if his account was truly hacked, they could get that taken care of. He could get that shut down and obey the court order. But he's just playing the game as, oh, I don't know, it was hacked. I can't take it down. What? That's just BS.
Multiple times try to take down a YouTube channel that was hacked.
You can definitely deactivate your account, so he's full of it.
He just shut down 90 mother.
Back in 2019, Windermere police discovered several videos of DeWitt pulling cars over illegally through Central Florida while he was a funeral escort.
He'd go around directing traffic, stopping people, stopping cars. I mean, the guy's definitely out of control.
Out of control. He's a loose cannon. He has a mental issue because he thinks he's a cop. He dresses the part. His Metro State, and has like a badge looking thing. To a normal person, that's just gonna be like, I don't know what Metro State is. Maybe I'm in a weird city zoning area and he's a Metro State police. I mean, when you look the part, right? It's not going to be, except for somebody that knows exactly what an officer 100% looks like, you're going to start questioning it. But the guy has like a pepper ball gun that he carries in a holster that looks like a normal gun to anyone on the street. I don't know why Florida doesn't change their rules, and why are we doing funeral escorts of a goddamn dead person? I'm sorry, but they're dead. They are dead. I don't even understand why we do this whole procession thing still. Some will say it's out of respect, blah, blah, blah. It's an old tradition that isn't really needed anymore. We all don't need to follow each other out to the gravesite. How about this? You go to the funeral home, you do the viewing, you pay your respects, and for whoever wants to go up to the gravesite to watch the burial, the resting place, why not just, we all have smartphones now. Why don't we just say, here, it's at this place. Everyone has that. We're going to be meeting back over there in an hour or whatever. And just, you all can get over there in plenty of time. It takes typically from here 25 minutes to get from here. You have an hour to get over there, a little break in between, and you go over and you do that whole aspect of the funeral. I don't know why we all have to go in a long procession, block traffic, block lights, block, other people trying to make a living, go on about their lives. Why are we still doing this outdated procession deal? Now, if you're in a rural area, yeah, there's not many people on the road right now. It's when it's in cities. I just think it's for the location is just ridiculous nowadays. Now, you might disagree with me. That's fine. I just think it's ridiculous, and it's not taking other people's lives into consideration that are trying to make a living. I've been stuck in one of these before in Detroit, and let me tell you, 45 minutes waiting at a light because it was just the longest procession I've ever witnessed. And, then I had to go back to work, and I was in their work vehicle. I was trying to either deliver or pick up parts, and then you had to get back to the main facility. And hey, why did that take so long? And then I gotta say, hey, because there's a stupid procession that took 45 minutes. I just sat at this light, burning gas, burning time. Basically, the company wasted money paying me to go out there and wait at a light. Time is money for companies. So it's ridiculous. Imagine if you were trying to, maybe you just went to lunch and you're trying to get back to work. Well, now you can't get back to work and your lunch is way over, and now you got to explain to work. Now, some places will be understanding. Others will be like, what the hell? And maybe make it where, hey, company policy, you can't leave for lunch because of that stuff happening in the city. I just think it's totally ridiculous. Anyways, that's just my feeling. I think Florida could do better at handling this, and they could definitely have rules and dress codes of how a funeral escort dresses. And maybe they have to approve it. Like, Jeremy DeWitte would have to submit a picture of himself in that and say, this is my get up for funeral escorts. Is it approved? And they look at it and they say, no, or this, and this is wrong. Resubmit and pay another fee. Resubmit it. Because you look too much like an officer. Your motorcycle looks too much like an officer's bike. Your cars you have look too much like police vehicles. I mean, come on now. You shouldn't be blocking intersections like that. And you shouldn't be raging on people because they make a simple mistake that they maybe got in a line, or maybe they have to get somewhere themselves. And yeah, is it really hurting that procession? No, it's not. They go through like all the other cars and then they'll turn off to whatever they were doing. It's really not that big of a deal. Just my opinion.
Do you do this for the attention?
No.
How does it feel to be known as the notorious fake cop?
Fake cop, huh? Well, that's great.
Well, you are known as the fake cop. The other reason why I'm talking about this, because I didn't even know he was out not that long ago. You know, what was this? November 29th. So sometime before this, I was getting weird contact. I was getting weird messages on my YouTube channel, on my Jeremy DeWitte videos, the couple that I have, saying that my lawyer is going to contact you. I'm Jeremy DeWitte. Take down this video. It was demanding. You know what I did? I just kind of commented back and said good luck with that and laughed at him. And I just banned him. Because I don't know if it was somebody trolling me. I didn't know he was actually out because I wasn't paying much more attention. People told me like, hey, you should do another update on Jeremy DeWitte. And I'm like, I'm kind of like, he's why give him the publicity really? But at the same time, I didn't know he was out. I didn't know he then was out and then got rearrested because he broke his probation for not taking down stuff and not abiding by the court order. So it is an interesting story. I do think it deserves to be shown now, you know, especially now that I'm connecting the dots like, well, maybe that was him. Maybe that wasn't a troll. That was somebody that was just so enraged looking on YouTube and going out and, you know, contacting people that had videos of them and saying, you gotta take that down. That's me and blah, blah, blah. I just didn't leave the comment and banned them and moved on with my day. You know, it's that easy. It's like, unless I get something in the mail that's an official, like, you know, you need to take this out. And even then, this is fair use. This is fair use. You know, sorry, Jeremy. I can talk about you all day long, every day. And I'm the wrong person to say take something down and try threaten them, because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to talk about it more, like making this video. So, you know, if it was you, that's a mistake. But you'll probably be in for 4 or 5. I hope you get 10, 20 years. I really do. I hope you do. Because you're really not needed in society. You don't provide any benefit to society. You just try to impersonate police, rage at citizens of Florida, and then they're going to associate that with that's a bad cop. Well, it wasn't a cop. It's a funeral escort guy that thinks he's a cop. So here's his channels I was showing. Like, it goes back a year, you know. Day in the life of Jeremy DeWitte. Life in prison. Bond update. Day in the life of Jeremy DeWitte. See, I mean, like, come on. Like, who posts these type of videos to their channel, you know? And then he thinks, here he is, look, like, you tell me that does not... I'm gonna kind of skip here.
I know. I hope you guys can hear.
You're gonna tell me you got this guy coming up to you, and maybe you're visiting from a foreign country. Maybe you don't know how the cops look in Florida. You're visiting out of state. You don't know what type of motorcycles they use. But you got something that says Metro State. You got a guy wearing a shirt that has like a badge looking thing. You got a radio. You got, well, pepper ball gun, but it looks like a gun. Handle sticking up. That's all people say. You have a flashlight. You tell me, on what part of funeral escort do you need any of this? Why do you need a pepper ball gun? Who are you pepper balling? Why do you need a flashlight? Who do you need to shine a light in there? Why do you have a duty belt that has all the same stuff as a police officer? Why do you have this type of radio? Specifically, this type of radio. Why? Why do you have a shirt that shows this? That has, just, it screams, I want to be a cop, but I couldn't hack it. That's all it screams. You know what? I don't understand at what part this guy, Jeremy, thinks this does not look like a police officer, and he's trying to intimidate. He's purposely like on that fine line of, well, I'm not impersonating. This is technically, my company's logo. And that's where in Florida they need to say, look, this cannot be a company logo. It cannot look like a badge. It cannot look like that. In fact, for funeral escorts, you'll have to submit what your company logo, your uniform, vehicles look like, and we will give the okay, yes or no, if that's something you can. This, I would say, no, you don't need a duty belt. You don't need these badges. Why don't you just have funeral escort services? That's the wording that should be on the shirt. And in fact, that should be part of the law. It should be in the law for funeral escorts, if that's what something Florida wants to do, is to have clearly on anything they wear, shirt or jacket, that it clearly in large letters say funeral escort services. It shouldn't say Metro State. You shouldn't be able to look like a cop. I mean, and he puts these videos out as if he's like proud of this. This is like something to be proud of. Metro State Special Services. So it doesn't even say funeral escort here or anything. Special Services, man. So stuff normal people are going to look at and not understand, not realize. I mean, this video is only a year old, and he's showing that he uses a contour video. Didn't they go out of business a long time ago? Like, he doesn't even use GoPro or anything. Kind of just quickly going through. But serial impersonator, that's what he looks like. I just find it hilarious. Motor 1 is back. Day in the life of Jeremy. Motor 1. Is that supposed to be like, presidential, designation? He's Motor 1, man.
Especially Mr. Deland, I guess. How about y'all? What about that part? I don't know.
I don't even know what he talks about. I don't even care. Anyways, so his YouTube channel is still up. I'm surprised 15,000 people subscribe to him. I'm guessing they're just watching the train wreck is what they're doing. Instagram, Metro State Services. I didn't quite get if this is his official site or not. I want to be a police, because it's kind of like making fun of him, so I don't know. I want to be a police officer. So, but I mean, there's just silly stuff. So I'm not 100% sure. This might be somebody that just made a satire collection of all his stuff and making fun of him. So here's the Facebook page. Here he is. And, it hasn't been updated since May 6, 2021. They're holding him in battery. So I'm guessing somebody was running this page, but they've stopped. But here we go, just to take a look at him. Come on. I mean, all these other employees, thought this was a good look? I'm sure he sold it to him. It was like, well, we're technically not cops, and this is okay to dress and impersonate. I mean, even the boots, even the damn boots. I mean, he's going all out, kind of like CHP style. Yeah, they have the fluorescent, but if you're not from the area, you might be like, all right, maybe that's their garb to stand out for the police officers, right? I mean, high vis. Okay, people aren't going to know that. The guy, man, this guy just bothers me because he obviously should be locked up. It's crazy. And you just do a search, fake cop arrested for violating probation, November 30th. We already watched that. And then I noticed today I got this thing that was showing they're taking bets on how long he's going to get. 46 months. Somebody said 48. They're all just taking bets. This guy posted the best. He pleaded nihilo contendere, so no contest, to 6 charges worth 10 years each and another 5 at 5 years each. The court reckoned that came to 70 years, and I believe they have the option to hand him all 70. If the court could revoke your probation, then it could issue any sentence which it might have originally imposed before placing you on probation. And they should. So they should follow through and say, you know what, you're going to get the full time. And if you end up getting out in 20 years because of good behavior, okay, that's fine. But he's somebody we just don't need in society. But most people say like he's going to be around 45, 48 months. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's better than nothing. I'm going to go back to here and we're going to say Jeremy DeWitte. Let's see. Okay, this was a good one.
That man just put my weight back up. Come on.
Look at this. Passing, using a little siren beep beep type sound. Passing on double yellow. Passing on double yellow. Using siren. Going around everybody. Illegal, highly illegal. I don't know why somebody added music. That's just annoying. We're going to skip ahead. Look, he's blown by. Look at this. Speeding around.
Move your fucking car, dog. Dumb fuck. Dumbass.
What the hell is your problem?
This is a police escort.
It's ridiculous. I wouldn't, man, if I was a funeral home, I would be so ashamed that I know they did ask them. There was a video out there that they did ask, like, well, why are you using this guy? And they were like, we didn't know what he was doing. Really? I mean, no one in any funeral procession said, wow, there was this crazy guy on why'd we pay for this crap? I mean, the main people would be grieving, so they're not going to be thinking about it. Other people just might be in town and be like, is that how they do this here? And so you kind of have that thing of not knowing, right? I think this is just silly.
I need units now. I need somebody to take my spot. I need to fucking buy gas. And it's...
You didn't fill up for the day?
Okay.
Look at this. He's all his butt around everybody. Obviously, that's a funeral procession.
Broke down. I just ran out of gas.
That's not professional. Totally ridiculous. Oh, yeah. Is it this guy? Yeah, this is when he yells at. That guy throws it.
Move your fuck!
Well, you just blocked it.
Get your fucking car out of the...
And you're beating my hood. I'm sorry. I'm getting out of the vehicle at that point. After I kind of look you up and down, and if I figured out you're not a cop, I'm getting out. And I'm calling the cops because you're saying that I need to move out of the way. I'm trying to move out of the way. So he tells him, here, we should back up.
Where the fuck are you going?
Probably trying to get on with their day. How would you even know that's all a funeral procession? I don't know. In the states I've been in, where I've been in processions because somebody died, they tell you put something like an orange thing on they give you things to put on top of your vehicle so people know. I don't see anything clearly marked that these are funeral procession vehicles. How does he know this one's not in the funeral procession and he just goes up to it? He was clearly already in the lane.
Hey! Pull over!
Just because there's a funeral procession coming up behind you doesn't mean you necessarily pull over, especially if you don't know. They just all look like normal cars. Why would he pull over? He's turning left. Why would he pull over? Where's he going to pull over to? Why wouldn't you just let him make the left turn?
Pull over! Hey! Pull your fucking car over! Pull over!
Hey, he's like raging for no reason at all. He's raging at this guy. Man, I feel sorry for this guy. I'd be like, he probably knows that, like, that doesn't look like Metro State. What the heck's that? I'm just, yeah, I'm going to pull over when I make my turn. If he assumes it's a cop. But look at this. Jeremy then cuts him off. He wants him to pull over. Why is this guy pointing? Well, why can't he turn left? I don't understand. Let's assume he did get in front of the funeral procession. Well, you just let the guy go, right? He's in front of it. You let it go. Why would he have to go over there? Why would he have to miss his turn? Look at the type of road it is. The next intersection might be miles down the road. But, oh no, turn it. Wait. Vehicle protection unit. Like, see, they make it seem like this is somehow a cop car. We're going to put a bumper on. We're going to paint it kind of like California, black and whites. We're going to do Metro State across it. We're going to put our badge looking thing here. We're going to say vehicle protection unit. What they say, well, that's for the escorts. That's for the funeral procession. We're protecting those vehicles. I don't think this should be legal at all whatsoever. Not just this whole setup, blocking intersections and what have you, that should not be legal. Having a guy out there yelling at this, having this guy tell him to pull over, but then he cuts him off. Well, where do the fuck you want him to go? Oh, well, he needs to go that way. What? No.
Get out of the way. Move your fuck.
As soon as he started that, I were just gassed and plowed right into the guy. And hopefully at that point you realize it wasn't a real cop. And I just be like, this guy yelled at me, start pounding the hood, and I don't know what he's yelling about. I can't really hear him in my vehicle. And I just gassed it to get out of there because I felt in danger for my life. Here's a guy who looks to be a cop, but I know he doesn't seem like he fits the picture with the wording and stuff, with the lights. I don't know what this is about. Nothing on any of these vehicles say this is a funeral escort service. Where you'd be like, oh, that's what it's about. You got a guy impersonating a cop, beating on my hood. Yeah, I gassed and I plowed into him. Sorry.
Get your fucking car out of the way!
I would have moved right here. I would have actually called the cops right here. If anything, if I didn't plow through him, I would have actually just picked up my cell phone, because we all have cell phones now. I'd be like, this guy is pounding on my hood. He's yelling at me. I don't even know who he is. He's dressed as if he's a cop.
Now!
This whole intersection would be shut down for that funeral because of what he did. And then I'd be going, once I found out it's a funeral escort service, I would be going back to these funeral people. I'd be like, you need to not pay him because of his behavior.
I don't give a fuck what you don't understand. Pull forward now. Forward now.
Don't follow the order. I know he does, because you've all seen this at this point, but it's totally ridiculous. I would have just kept going at this
Stop
point.
there! What the fuck is your problem? I didn't know.
Did you notice in the reflection? Let's see if we can pause it.
What the fuck?
Look at this. He goes up with his hand on the light. I mean, I don't think that's like his pepper gun, but there could be something there. I can't tell. but he goes up with his hand as if he's going to use that as a weapon. What the fuck? This guy's crazy. That's why he should be in jail for 20, 30, 40 years.
What's the problem back there?
Yeah, what's the problem? What's the problem? He was in front. Why couldn't you go? Just because a funeral procession comes up on you doesn't mean you if you're already over here, you don't like jump over here. Why? No, you keep going. Man, if I was like trying to pay my respects, what if he's in the funeral?
Sit there!
I don't see anything on top of these vehicles. Like in Michigan, they always had like the orange thing you put on top of your vehicle. I see nothing on these vehicles to indicate that they're even in a funeral procession.
Till, move here!
Florida needs to change some of their laws. 100%. They need to change their laws. This guy is a danger. He needs to be locked up, but so other people don't try to do the same thing. They need to, lock him up, for example, give him the full 70 years, and then change the laws where you can't dress like this. You have to be clearly a few. Look at this! He's breaking all these traffic laws. Who says he gets to break the laws? Who says he gets to speed, go over double yellows, go oncoming traffic, confront people, pound on their hoods? What part of the law says he gets to do that? There is none. And if this is the funeral procession and I'm in this line, I'm going to be like, what is this nut? And I would actually probably, if I ever saw this in my life now, I think I'll, because of Jeremy, I will take note and I would go, no, I'm not going to confront the family who just lost somebody. I'm going to go right to that funeral home and be like, I don't know who you're hiring for your funeral escorts, but they need to be fired. Do not hire them again. Look at this, putting himself and others in danger because he wants to play as a cop. Oh, my job's so important. I'm escorting a dead body. You know, they're in such a hurry to get buried. I gotta go escort them. We gotta fly around everybody. What? Who are you? You're nobody, Jeremy. You're absolutely a nobody. I'm glad you got locked up. You're just a lowlife that needs to go away. Look at this. I mean, even his shirt, he puts on the barbs as if he's like some high ranking person, you know? Oh, I'm the owner of the company. You're a nobody. Look at this. I mean, this one video incriminates him of breaking many laws. I don't care that the riders were part of the funeral procession. Maybe that's why they thought hiring this company was a good idea, but it's not. It's not. Hopefully they're out of business. I don't know.
Lights in a row up here.
Look at this bike. Yeah, they're not. Let's go back. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to see it in the pause, but he has purple. Well, I don't know. To a lay person, that is just flashing lights, and I don't know. Am I paying attention to notice is it actually blue, purple, whatever? I mean, that's technicalities here. Why does he need any type of flashing lights for what the service he's providing? He doesn't need any. He doesn't need to look like a cop, like, at all. You know, if he was just providing funeral escorts and trying to look like a normal funeral escort, or that vehicle say funeral escort, this and that, and he was just providing that type of service, more power to him for providing a service that the public, I guess they paid him to do this, so it was paying him to do. Hey, good on you. You found a little niche, you know? But I don't still understand why it has to look like a cop bike.
Shh.
He is so nuts. Oops. That happens.
Artillery, are you up? Oi!
Yeah, this whole situation here is what
Get
really
your
does
fucking
it for
car
me.
out of the way!
This is why he needs to be in jail for 70 damn years. Jeremy DeWitte needs to go away. I hope he gets the maximum, and I hope we never hear from him again. I know it makes good content. I know I'll probably get decent views on this, but I don't want to get decent. I want this guy to go away. And especially if he was like actually contacting me about fair use of commenting on videos he's made. Well, you know what? Too bad, Jeremy DeWitte, if you ever get out and watch this. Too effing bad. What you gonna do about it, man? What are you gonna... Oh, no, I'm gonna have a lawyer send you a letter. You know what? Good. I'm just gonna ignore it because it's fair use, buddy. Too effing bad. That's what makes me want to do more videos, and I will do more and more if that ever happened. I was really hoping that the person claiming to be Jeremy DeWitte actually did send me some legal thing, because I was going to ignore it and I was going to talk about it and show it word for word on a video. You would just like make my channel even that much bigger because people follow you to such a degree. I wish I would have kept the comments that if it was you was making, and now I think maybe it was. Maybe it really was. I just thought it was somebody that's mental, was off, making a username called Jeremy DeWitte and trying to, oh, hey, you can't use my video type thing. Hey, there's crazy people out there in the world. Probably crazier than you, Jeremy, but you're pretty at the top. So, anyways, everyone, I'm just ranting now. I'm just, rambling on. So, well, let's see what's going to happen. I guess place your bets down below. There's no value, but just for fun. How many months do you think Jeremy DeWitte is going to get? Have a good one. Stay well, stay safe, my friends. Bye.